What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the stream. I know some of you guys are on Instagram right now. I gotta explain this again, but I don't have a stream key yet on Instagram. So if you're watching on Instagram, hop on YouTube and it'll be a little bit better experience. But or you can stay on Instagram, whichever. Doesn't matter. And, what's up, Darius? I see you're watching on Instagram, and Adam's on YouTube. So the main place to watch is on YouTube. But yeah, if you want to watch Instagram, go for it. I think the sound might be a little weird with the game, but it's all good. We could try it out. Hopefully they give me a stream key soon, then you guys could see it like high quality instead of streaming through a phone, which is kind of like ghetto rigged, right? But anyway, this past weekend was Roebling Road. It was NASA Southeast. Pretty good event. I think all around there weren't too many issues. So at least with the people I was with. I know there were some car issues. You know, people had bad clutches, there were some offs. I think there was a couple of wrecks into the berms, but I think overall everyone was safe and everyone was good. So it was a fun time. I got to see a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of people that I've only known online. So shout out to like Popeye, right? I mean, I think it's one of my first times actually hanging out and chilling with you in person. And you know, it's always a good time seeing S-Tech and Top End and all the Honda Challenge guys and anybody really. I know Neil was out there. So you have Alliance Racing, right? But yeah, it was good seeing everyone, and shout out to everyone there, here, and who still went on Friday and went on Sunday. I was only able to make it on Saturday, so it's all good. I guess today what we could do is I guess we could look at some of the footage from the weekend, and then we could try to see if I could break any my PBs in Assetto Corsa again. I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot. All the past streams that I did where we were going over Roebling, it was kind of cool to see like everything I learned in that apply to Roebling. So spoiler alert, I beat my PB by 3.1 seconds, which is insane. You know, who gains 3 seconds? And the car I didn't change anything on the car. The only thing that changed on the car was the bumper. And I went to worse tires, right? I used to run RT 660s, and now I run RT 615s because they're more of an endurance tire, and I run them all day, all year, and they're cheaper. But I think I'm gonna go back to 660s. But anyway, so with the worst tire and no change in setup, I beat my PB by 3.1 seconds, and that's only with sim time, right? So what more if I get more seat time and more sim time? You know, like maybe we go back to Roebling and at the end of the year. But we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. So yeah, let's jump right into looking at some of the pictures and videos. I mean, I only have a couple pictures. So because I'm using my phone for Instagram streaming, which is kind of ghetto, I don't have the pictures with me, but I have a couple pictures on the computer. So let's go look at those real quick. So here. So during lunch, we actually took the guys who were running the track actually let us go on track and take a couple photos. So I appreciate the guys over at NASA Southeast and the people who run a pretty good event. So it's pretty cool they let us do that. Holy crap, Ray! What's up, Ray? You gained 11 seconds at Sebring just from what were you doing? Simming strictly? Like, how'd you gain 11 seconds? No car changes, right? What's up, Neil? I see you in the chat. Ian is also in the chat. I got a lot of people in on Instagram, actually, surprisingly. How'd you do that? 240 to 229? Well, yeah, here's a decent photo. We have Alan taking our photos here. This is he's from S-Tech, so if you want to follow him, go ahead. I always tag him in my stories. If you see anything that's related to Alan or S-Tech, just follow them. If you want more car content on your newsfeed, just follow those guys, especially if it's like a Southeast thing. They do a lot of events. And actually, speak of S-Tech, we are interviewing the guys at S-Tech they've been doing it since I was like in high school, since I was barely had my driver's license. So they've been tracking, and not just like HPDE. They've been doing it competitively for a while. But that's what Wednesday's episode is going to be about. I'm actually going to be interviewing them. So actually, let me fix this real quick. Go back to my screen. Yeah, I just realized I was hiding the chat. Anyway, there's the chat. So yeah, I'm gonna be interviewing the guys from STech on Wednesday. We're gonna talk about some of the questions you guys had. If you check my stories, I posted I guess a question on like what would you ask a professional, not professional, I guess an experienced driver. What would you ask? Like what kind of questions would you ask those guys? So I'll be asking them my questions, and I'll be asking your questions too, and I'll tag you guys, whoever submitted a question. So if that story's still up, go ahead and keep submitting your questions. I got a lot of good ones. Some of the ones I haven't thought about. So we're gonna be just hanging out with S-Tech, maybe a game a little bit. They all have sim set up, so you know, that's how they get their seat time. So so this photo was taken by Alan from S-Tech. So let's look at the next one. Look at that FB6. Man, it looks so much meaner with the new front bumper. I like it. The little coupe bumper with the lip. I just got my fenders in, carbon fiber fenders, so I don't know if you guys know, but the driver's side of my car is kind of messed up because of my incident with the wall. But yeah, I'm on my way to fix it. I'm trying to find doors. I got carbon fiber fenders and carbon fiber hood. I got a new bumper now, but I gotta get it all painted once everything comes in. So that's the reason why I have the front bumpers wrapped. So Ray, stock 410 to 3.63. Okay. Oh yeah, so you know, like all that, you know, those are all important, right? Those things in the front, but you mentioned 7 track events between the Sebring events, so I think his 11 seconds came from those 7 events, right? I mean, if it was if that 240 was from like the first time you've been to Sebring, and the 229 was the second time you went to Sebring, then that for sure, you know, like I think I had a really crappy time at Road Atlanta, but if I were to go again after driving it in Gran Turismo, right, I'm pretty sure my time has gotten better. And plus, you know, the fact that last time we were at Sebring, it rained, so that kind of sucked. So hopefully, if I could make it in Sebring in December. Are you going to Sebring in December? And yeah, thanks for the kind words, Ray. The wall jumped out at me. Somebody, I think they moved it. You know, there was a guy who was on track, and he moved the wall, and I hit the wall because he moved it. So yeah, another photo by Alan, and here's everyone that was with us. So we have Moni, Kaylee, and this was Nick was driving this car this weekend, and then Gary and Carlos. I just met them this weekend. These are guys in the Type R's. A lot of Type R's. Me in the back over here in the FB6, and then Adam here in the EG, and then Ian in the FK8. So yeah, it's like pretty awesome. Pretty awesome that we were able to take this photo. I know the Honda Challenge guys took a similar photo, but you know, we're trying to get on their level. Oh, Sebring's October. Which organization is that? With NASA, NASA Florida. And I thought they were in Sebring. Oh man, my calendar is all jacked up then. Sebring's your favorite track? Yeah, I think it's up there for me. It may be number 2. Number 1 is still Road Atlanta. NASA, really? Okay. So NASA's running Sebring in October. I think what we're planning for October is VIR, so we might not make it to Sebring. Yeah, Road Atlanta December. Okay, that's good, because I think we're also planning on Road Atlanta December. That's the Christmas one, right? You gotta bring a gift. Christmas gift. I also just noticed that my fan's still on, so you might hear some noise in the background. Man, what a rookie mistake. Let me fix that real quick.
I don't have friends. I got family.
All right. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, Alan joined the family. You subscribed on YouTube. Thanks. I appreciate it. All right, so there it should sound a lot cleaner. Now I have my podcast voice going. But yeah, anyway, these are the photos. I only have 3. So yeah, let's go look at a video real quick. So this was my last session of the day. And the thing about the last session was it was a lot hotter, and you know the tires were, I guess, felt glossy. They were sliding around everywhere. But I actually this is where I set my PB. Now my PB before was 3.1 seconds slower, and I got my PB on the last lap of the last session. So let's see if I could get to it. So the last lap, I think I was fast because I was chasing this Porsche. I think this is second to last lap. So here. There you go. Now you guys can hear it. The guys on Instagram might not be able to hear it, but everyone else can hear it. So a thing about Instagram before the lap starts: if you're on Instagram watching, join on YouTube. I don't have a stream key, so I have to do it the getaway. All right, so here's lap start. Now I had to weave through traffic to get to this Porsche, but I wanted to like beat him, so I think that was part of why I got a PB. So my 1 and 2, I felt like were clean throughout the weekend. They only got better in session 3 and 4 because of advice that Moni was giving me. So here I was kind of on the inside of 2, but like I'm still a little bit, I'm green, so I'm faster, right? 3 flat out, right? I got brave here as the weekend went along. 4. I was quiet there so you could hear the 615 struggling. I missed shift there. Kind of made me flustered for 5, but still pretty good. And then here's 6 and 7. Reeling it in a little early here, but with the front wheel drive, I feel like I was still able to push. And I could have pushed out a little bit more, but... And flat out for 9. It took me a long time to be brave to flat out 9, but you gain a lot of time there. And there's the checkered flag. Yeah, that lap was my fastest lap for the weekend. I had a lot of fun. I think I definitely learned a lot because, you know, after the sim and all that, yeah, I definitely picked up some extra seconds everywhere, right? So what's up, Dave? Yeah. Road Atlanta in December. Yeah, I'm tempted. I know Road Atlanta is probably one of the more costly events, but definitely worth it. It's a good time. So you were struggling in turn 1, Ray? I want to see your... I saw you posted your video on YouTube. I watched it, and I was thinking about streaming it here. But the issue with streaming on YouTube is they'll get you with a copyright strike, which is kind of dumb because it's already on YouTube. But I guess, whatever. Anyway, so that's the weekend. Who else was there that's in the chat? If you want to just say, you know, have a word or whatever. Oh, so you think you'd have to strike it? Yeah, that's true. I don't know. For some reason, even when I streamed someone else's, I think it was Dave's, they hit me with the warning, but Dave obviously didn't strike it, so maybe they just had their auto AI detect the YouTube, like, not the watermark, but like a YouTube icon or something that triggered the the bots to see that I was streaming YouTube on YouTube. I don't know. It's weird. So with streaming, I learned there's a lot of weird things you can't do. You can't stream certain music. I mean, that's obvious, you know. You can't multi-stream to different platforms, so you have to kind of do this weird, like right now I'm streaming on my phone, which is pointed at the stream for Instagram, until I get a stream key, and then also I can't stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time because they'll ban me. So yeah, weird things. Learn a little bit. All right, so let's get in the game over here. I swear this is gonna be probably the last time I run Sebring or Roebling for a while, because I don't know, I feel like it's getting kind of stale. But yeah, we have to run it at least one more time, at least after the weekend, right? I think after that I might start doing iRacing. So yeah, Dave and DJ's in here, and I know you guys all do iRacing. So I might do that. It's probably going to be like a series on iRacing newbie and how he gets his, I don't know, the rankings up or whatever. But we'll see. All right, so let's get into this. Civic at Roebling. Pain simulator. I mean, it's helped you out, right, Neil? I mean, you guys are moving up pretty quick. How many hours do you spend on iRacing? I mean, it's a wallet simulator. Like wallet pain simulator too, right? Let me move over to the actual setup. All right, so you guys should see the game now. Let me change some settings. Tires. I'm gonna leave it at 32. I would think running 32 at the track felt better than 30. Street tires, and change my alignment to what I actually have, which is 0 all around. The braking and car dynamics are much more realistic in iRacing. Is that with every car? I mean, I guess like when they're talking about the street cars versus like the open wheel or GT cars. I think every setting is fine. Let's see if we could get to 1, 2, 3. I hit a 1, 2, 3, 9, but I want to get a real 1, 2, 3, like 1, 2, 3, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 9 is still 1, 2, 4. Ray, did you ever post your setup in the Discord? I think you should. Speaking of that, let me we have new chat commands, so let's try it. There you go. So look, it tells you where the Discord is when I type !Discord or Discord. So if anyone's a future mod, there you go. Neil says, for context, every race car has identical setup parameters as the real car. Okay. That does sound pretty realistic then. I mean, that's why iRacing's like cream of the crop, right? It's like everyone talks about that. Interestingly enough, there are still people watching on Instagram, which kind of interesting because the quality is like really low there, and not like visual quality, but their sound is really weak. If you're watching on Instagram, hop on YouTube. I do a sound check. I had to change my setup a little bit, so I don't know, everything was redone. So even though I see, you know, sound is fine, I just want to make sure that you guys could hear the game, hear me. I'm gonna put my gloves on. I will say that everything feels a lot lighter right now. Like the wheel doesn't feel as heavy as it was over the weekend, right? Man, it totally feels different from like Saturday. Maybe I don't have my settings right. Alright, so I slid out there a little bit. Lost some time. A little early there. You know, still readjusting. And I kind of wish I went Sunday. Like, I saw you guys had a great time on Sunday, and I hope Adam, I hope you beat your PB. I know there were some issues Sunday, but you know, it's all good. That's part of it, right? 1:254. It's already faster than my first attempt. Alright, a little rough there. Okay, and off. I didn't slow down enough in turn 1 again. Now that 1 and 2, or turn 1 is ruined, let's try to see if we can do better 5. I was doing a good 4 during the weekend. And I think there, like, that was a good 4. Pretty good 5. I mean, the green bar was max. Ray, you said you're flat in 3. I wish I could flat 3. Yeah, I'm flat in 3 because I have no horsepower. Yeah, you guys would just like go straight into what the flag station. Be flatted or flat out on 3. This one also looks like a 125. And if you guys were flat here, you would hit that, I guess, that ball over there. Is that family sedan life, right? I can't say 4-cylinder life because Dave has 4 cylinders and he's still killing it, right? I probably could have. I lifted a little bit just to get a turn in, but I probably could have stayed flat. Yeah, you guys would, maybe you guys would go over the tire wall too. Yeah, scrubbing a little speed there. Let's see if I could truly stay flat without trying to rotate. Nope, I have to rotate a little. In the sim, I have to, lift a little, but in real life I'm just flat. Oh no. Ah man, I was going for a good lap too, and then I scrubbed all my speed. Not good when you hear oh no, right? Okay, there I had to kind of correct my speed too. That was bad. Man, I was going for a good lap too. Oh well. Oh man, I'm like able to flat out, but then I guess interrupt the slide, which is bad. Had a good turn 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I saved it, Jamie. I got lucky. A little overslowed, but it won't hurt anybody. As long as I keep it on the track. And I'm still over revving there, but whatever. Yeah, the whole weekend I was complaining about 5, and I never practiced it to the point where I could do it well. And I lost all the time I gained from 5 there. Dave says, Roebling cares about 3 things only, and in this order: good tires, aero, good suspension setup. Yeah, so I messed up on the tires already. I mean, no, I you know, 615s aren't too bad. I mean, there's better out there, and I think people were saying, you know, just skip the 660s, go to like decent Yokos, right? But if I want to stay enthusiast class, I think I need to like what, 220 treadwear, which is the Apex, the Yokohama Apex, or the Advan Apex. E703s, 730s. I changed my resolution on my screen, so like the chat is tiny now. So sorry if I'm like skipping through the chat. I just only look at like the chat. Okay, I didn't break enough. Alright, consistent, still in the 2.4s. So I'm like, got consistent, but not much better. So you did your PB. Adam says he did his PB on Saturday, the 3rd session. Yeah, 3rd session was really clean in D2. I think everyone was like paying attention. In 4, people were just like, it's the last session of the day. Everyone was trying to do their PBs, so there's a lot of traffic. No point buys. I got stuck behind a lot of fast cars, but I was faster in turns, so it kind of sucks. But maybe I posted the full video of the last session on YouTube, so you could see me like weaving through the traffic, and it was pretty fun. But I tried to live stream it, but then Instagram cut me off. I'm guessing either my internet connection was bad, or they saw that my speed was going up, so they thought I was trying to live stream while driving. I mean, technically I was driving, but you know, I wasn't like trying to talk to the camera. The camera was like in the back of the car, so I couldn't see that it got cut off. That was horrible. I locked up the brakes there, but maybe we get another PB here, but we're in the red. This guy wants 12s. Man, how would you get 12s? I mean, you're like maxed out on driver mod. I guess you would just get more power and then change classes. Oh, that was horrible. I scrubbed off too much speed. Oh. Kind of had a feeling I didn't turn in enough there. That's another thing. I need to like really start turning in if I'm about to like off, or at least get off the gas. Neil, how'd your students do? Did you have good students? Was it someone you've worked with before? Ooh, overslowed. Dang, so Adam did your PB. You did your PB while there's traffic in front of you. I mean, that's E3-4 life, right? It's kind of like point by, and you guys are crazy. Pass anywhere, right? So you can't say there's traffic, you just, the line changes, right? No practice, no aero, no BRZ does a 122. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the meta for like the future, right? Those real world drive cars, 4-cylinder, you know. Oh god. I mean, S2000 is not around anymore. I messed up turn 1 there, like went too deep. I don't know if you guys heard the tires like crying for life. Also, my heel toe during the event on Saturday sucked, and I think it's time to get a pedal commander or something, because here I can blip it a little bit and it'll do it, but in real life, if I blip it, the delay, because it's a drive-by-wire, actually doesn't register sometimes, and I don't blip it enough. Turn one, it does it okay, because that's a kind of a slow blip. But like turn 4 and 5, I think, those suck. Yeah, Lotus, I don't know. So Lotus, it's like really kind of easy to keep it on track. It's just you have to be oh crap, with engine and rear wheel drive. You know, you can't abuse the throttle like you can in a front wheel drive car. Here I am trying to talk. But yeah, if you abuse the throttle like you can in a front wheel drive car, you're gonna spin. And I still have to get used to that. So I want to focus on the front wheel drive platform first, and then switch it back over to the Lotus. The Lotus is just gonna look pretty for now. Maybe do like a 4C. Okay, so I'm over braking there a little. I'm not pushing it. I felt that rotation. I got off the brake too aggressively, and then I ruined it. Alright. Start this lap fast and then maybe get a low 124 or get another 123. Yeah, open up the entry for diamond turn. So maybe okay, let's this time around let's practice doing a sweeper instead of like a diamond. But like I gotta relearn all my visuals now. Oh. Alright, so I already messed up turn 2, but let's try this new technique for turn 5. If I go off on turn 5, then that's fine. It's fine to go off on sim because you're kind of like, you want to try different entries, exits, or different things. Whew. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on a 5 slow. Let's try a sweeper. I was watching like people were braking here and then just taking the rest of the turn. I'm gauging it, right? Probably in third. Have no power now, right? The next time around, try in third. I don't know, what do you think? Now looking at the delta, it looked green for a little bit there, but then the exit speed was so slow that it turned back red. So let's try it again next lap. Adam say. Oh yeah, your first DE3 weekend, Adam. Congratulations on making it up. I know Ray, you were saying that you're trying to go to 4, right? How did that work out? Did you do your check ride? I know Ian did his check ride. I'm gonna be like the last guy still in 2. Hopefully, you know, so we met new people who was the first time out there, and they were doing really good. They had Moni as an instructor. I think it was Carlos, and I think because he was doing good, he's gonna probably go to more events. And that's what's, you know, that's what's cool. You know, DE1 guy, first time out there, and I think he's gonna go to more events, and then probably gonna fight for 2. Oh man, I did diamond again. But even though I'm like the last one in my group to be still stuck in DE2, it's nice to like have, you know, more people come into 1 and then hopefully 2, and then, you know, we all drive together. You know, it's one big community. Yeah, eventually I'll get there, Dave. I wanna my goal is either competitive time trials, but you know, I want to get there properly. I don't want to rush it, especially because I'm still new to all this, right? So I'm gonna, you know, I admit it. Man, I know it's a crappy lap, but I was still in the 2.4 range. Especially now that I have a decent sim setup, I can actually get more seat time without, you know, like my first time at Roebling, I had no experience, right? Only experience I had my first time at Roebling was the firm. I didn't sim, I didn't, you know, I didn't do anything. All I did was watch, actually, Dave's videos. Then my first time at Roebling, I was in the Lotus too. But one of my goals was to beat the Lotus time in the Civic, and I actually didn't do that yet. My Lotus time is still faster than the Civic, but I mean, now with driver mod, I think I'm getting close. That'd be pretty cool to beat my Civic or my Lotus time with the Honda Civic. You know, that'd be cool. And I think I watched your videos before I met you, so it's kind of like, man, this guy's fast. And like, I ended up meeting you. It's kind of like pretty cool. Yeah, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna start practicing VIR because that's coming up soon. Oh man, it's the Apex. But it's gonna be my first time at VIR, so you know, between iRacing rounds, is VIR and iRacing? Probably, right? I mean, VIR is a pretty big track, like big as in well known. Oh, it's a free track in iRacing, so even better. All right, there you go. My first days in iRacing are going to be at VIR. Maybe not doing like competitive racing yet, just like practice and time trials, but shoot. So I don't know if you guys knew that Turn 7 was where I guess multiple people were wrecking this weekend. I think in DE2 it was a BMW who wrecked Turn 7. I think that's where Moni ran out of gas. So, funny thing happened. Moni, you know, we used to pick on Ian for running out of gas, but Moni, like, legit ran out of gas. It was so bad that his car stopped and made him spin out, right? So it wasn't like he was sputtering. It straight up cut off, and he thought he blew his engine, right? Been on track, aw. But, yeah, that happened on Turn 7, and he didn't make it back to the paddock until afterwards, and we were all just thinking like, oh man, his motor is blown, or you know, he messed up his suspension, he can't get off track. And he comes back, he's like just driving up, he's like, hey guys, I ran out of gas. Tony, what the heck, man? Something always weird and funny happens to him. Like one time he I think also Roebling, he set his PB. And he's like, man, I hear something in the trunk. Or something in the back of my car. I think I messed it up. And it was like, all his tools were in his trunk. So he set a PB and he had tools in his trunk. So I was like, heck. We're all always worried, like, oh man, what happened this time, you know? All right, so now I'm after this lap, I'm just gonna take a break and we'll catch up with the chat because I've been kind of neglecting it, and I want to see what's been going on Instagram too. All right, so that was a good couple sessions. Hardly any offs. Still in the 1-2-4 range. I mean, I'm not gonna get into 2-2s. All right. Well, you're gonna have to watch me struggle with the chair every time. All right. Catch up with the chat. Yeah, Ray. So Ray said, like he told me Saturday, take your time, no rush. And I definitely agree. I think everyone was telling me that, you know, don't rush your way up the ladder. Even the instructors saying don't rush your way up the ladder. I learned a lot as a DE1 guy because, you know, I got to experience different instructors. And now that I'm in 2, I think, you know, what you go to 1, you get a lot of insight from free instructors, right? Once you're ready, 2, the good thing about 2 is now you're by yourself. You can still request an instructor, of course, but now that you're by yourself, you can kind of experiment without freaking out your instructor. So I think that's what's kind of like pushing me and making me do like 3-second improvements for my freaking personal best, right? I mean, I think that's only because I was experimenting and because I'm, you know, trying out the sim. So I think there's like every DE level has its advantage. And the advantage, you know, like I don't know this personally, but Moni says the advantage for DE3 is that now that you're on your own, you're stuck with the 4s because sometimes they run together, and the 4s can show you something. I mean, I'm not saying that people in 2 can't show you anything because there's always going to be someone faster than you. But the 4s show you, they kind of force you to be aware, right? So they're passing you when it's not a normal like DE1, 2 style passing zone. So that's what, you know, and 3s, the guys, that's when you start doing drills other than red flag drills. And I think that's a whole different, like, I don't know if anyone shoots competitively, but I used to try to shoot competitively, I guess. And the thing that really helped me, like a step change, like a huge improvement, was moving from going to the range to doing drills. And I think drills are kind of important. They kind of teach you, like, if you ever think about a science experiment, it's like changing one variable at a time, right? That's what drills do. I think that's an advantage for DE3. And then 4, of course, you're at the top of the food chain, about to go into whatever you want to do, you know, racing or TT or whatever. Yeah, I appreciate those words, Ray. Ray, Dave, I think all of you guys say that, right? Just make your way up the ladder, don't rush, you know. So yeah. Oh, so Ray says CMP on Assetto Corsa is very inaccurate. Okay, so I'm gonna try to find another. I mean, I'll do CMP on AC, and I'll try to find it somewhere else. Is it somewhere else? I know the firm is inaccurate on Assetto Corsa, but it's also not anywhere else. So Dave says 80% there. Okay. And yeah, so running out of gas is classic Roebling. Yeah, I mean, like, you're always in a turn. I mean, if you look at the map, right, unless you're in a straight, you still have high G's in the straight, but I mean, you're pretty much chaining turns together. And yeah, for the longest time, my gas gauge was showing full, like, during session 2. I was like, there's no way it's full. And then when I came to a stop, that's when I saw it go down. So yeah, you're right. It's like, it really tricks, especially if you have a stock gas tank or no baffles, or like the Lotus really sucks. I don't know if I ever explain what the gas tank on a Lotus looks like. Just think of like a square box that's like the width of the whole car and maybe like 6 inches wide. So it really, like, I don't know why they do it that way, but once you're turning, like 90% of your gas ends up on one side. So you gotta be very, very careful with the Lotus. Ray says, if you move up, also don't be afraid to move down. Yeah, so quick story. I was DE2 earlier this year, but I still went to DE1 for when we did what, Sebring and Road Atlanta, because this was my first time going to those tracks. And you know, as much as I wanted to do DE2, I think DE1 was the right choice because I got an instructor and I got to learn the track before, you know, by the end of the weekend I was soloing. So I mean, it's kind of like I got free instruction day 1 and half of day 2, but the last couple sessions I was able to solo DE1, which is like DE2, right? So yeah, I think new track, I think VIR, I might do DE1. If I practice enough in the sim, maybe I'll do DE2, but DE2 with instructor, but most likely DE1. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, Roebling. Yeah, it definitely uses a lot of gas. I think because they're always in the high RPM range, right? Oh, so Dave says use the least amount of gas. So, Dave, you're just flying a spaceship at this point. Oh yeah, Daytona. Yeah, Daytona, 100%. I agree with Dave. When we were on SCCA track nights, Daytona is like, what, 3 sessions? Is very short, right? And they're only like 20-minute sessions. I think. I forget. But it's only 3 sessions, and we need to fuel up like by session 2, which is kind of insane. I mean, because you're on the loop, right? But yeah, Ray also is on the same page. You know, the 2 tracks that I went to, DE1, yeah, definitely jump back down to DE1. Definitely jump back down a level if you're not comfortable, right? I see some people on the Instagram. So thanks for joining. I explained this earlier in the live stream. If you're on Instagram and watching it live, hop on YouTube. The quality is better. It's not a recording or a live stream of a live stream. And the reason why I have to do that is because Instagram will give me a stream key until I stream live on a phone to prove that I'm not a robot, you know, a couple times, and they'll give me a stream key. But we'll see. Thanks, bot. So yeah, I'm excited for the stream on Wednesday. We're gonna, you know, interview some of the S-Tech guys. And I think we're also trying to set up an interview with the Alliance Racing guys. So, you know, keep the questions. I know if you're watching Instagram, keep the questions coming in on my story. I posted a poll, not a poll, a questionnaire. We're asking for people to submit their questions. So yeah, keep submitting them. Another easy way to submit questions is just join the Discord. Ask the questions there. Someone might answer it live, and the bot just posted a link to the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, I think Ray, you're probably one of the only active members on YouTube that's not in the Discord. So just calling you out there. But if you're not in the Discord, you know, just join. We talk about, you know, track days. We talk about sim racing. You know, same thing we talk about on stream. So where you going, Dave? Miss out. Ray says first move to DE3 and did CMP. Yeah. Yeah, I think your story, you telling me that you were in DE3 but then you went to DE2 for any new track, kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna do the same thing, right? Oh yeah, Pittsburgh for national championship. You're always oh, hey, what's up, Luke? Hey, you're back on YouTube. How's everything with you? Yeah, Ian says I missed this one, but DE2 with instructor is good. Yeah, I think so too, because you're with the DE2 people, right? Which means, you know, like, you don't have first timers out there, and nothing wrong with first timers, but sometimes they're not looking in their rear view mirror enough, so they're not pointing you by, which is perfectly fine. You know, like, you'll get that skill over time for a first timer, but at least with DE2 you don't get that as often. Sometimes there's a rare occasion where you get somebody who says they're DE2 but they're actually, you know, not comfortable yet and driving on a DE1 level. And I'm not saying like they're slow, I'm saying that they're not aware, and that's probably the biggest thing. You have to be aware, and if you're not aware, then you're definitely not pointing people by, and you you know, if you're in, just say you jump to 4 early and you're not aware, there are gonna be people passing you, and you're gonna get on their line, and you're gonna, you know, like hopefully not wreck, or you know, push someone off the track. So that's another reason why you should, you know, not climb up the ladder so fast. You know, you don't want to ruin it for other people and ruin it for yourself. But anyway, talk about Ian's point. D2 with instructor. Sure, you're
I don't have
with
friends.
people.
I got
Oh, hey, what's up,
family.
Logan? Logan, thanks for joining the family. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. I know that's like the cliche thing to say. You know, like I appreciate it, but yeah, thanks for joining, Logan. September 23rd. What event is that? That's is that what do you call it? Saker? Yeah, I'll get back to you, Logan, on that. But I was trying to finish a thought with Ian. With DE2, yeah, you're with DE2 drivers, and you have an instructor. So you have like kind of best of DE1, you have an instructor, and the best of DE2, you're with a higher level, you know, like drivers. And once you're good with your instructor, he doesn't have to be with you the whole time. You could be like, okay, I'm gonna solo the rest of the day or the next day, and you know, like thanks for the advice, right? Or hey, check up on me the next day, or you know, like just stay in contact with your instructor. It's kind of like you have the freedom to either let him ride with you, or again for the second day, or just, you know, chill, hang out, whatever. If you're still not comfortable, keep him with you, especially if it's a new track, right? Yeah, Logan, September 23rd, but who's hosting that? And it's the firm, right? Is that Honda meet? No, I think the Honda meet's October. Open day. Okay. Oh yeah, so the Staker Day, yeah, that's gonna be what, December, and I definitely want to make it to that one too. I'm gonna try. Just, you know, I know the firm, like that in December, we're probably gonna be busy with Road Atlanta, but you know, I want to support Staker guys. They always throw a good event, and you know, I try to help out with the Honda meet too, but it's just so close to VIR. It's gonna be like the weekend before, a little risky, especially if I'm driving my only car, right? I think the Lotus is down, so no clutch. I don't want to risk it. Yeah, so Neil as an instructor, he does private coaching, and you do it in DE3 and 4, so that's kind of cool. You know, better traffic, and you kind of like you have the best of multiple worlds, right? You're in DE3, 4 traffic, and you have an instructor like a DE1, and an instructor is instructing you on advanced level stuff, not just the basics, right? Oh, so Adam, you're considering going to the Honda meet? Oh, so Luke, casual track days with an instructor, NASA, drive NASA. Let me see if I can put the link. The thing I like about NASA is they give you an instructor for free, right? You don't have to pay for it. Some other events, you could ask for an instructor, and they may or may not have one available, but if you're driving for NASA, they'll give you one. Like, no questions, like, as a DE1 driver. Drive NASA. There you go. Check them out, Luke. So, I think that's why I like driving with NASA, because they provide, like, a structured level of driving. Like, kind of like, I don't know if you play Gran Turismo or any video game, you kind of have to level up, right? And at early levels, they'll give you an instructor. It's not like where you go to open track day, you kind of have to learn on your own. You could ask for an instructor, but they may not have anybody employed to instruct you. You could get a private instructor, but that will cost you money. And yeah, I think that's the easiest way. Casual track days. Drive NASA, sign up for DE1. You don't need a membership, but you get a discount if you have a membership. NASA should really sponsor my track days because I keep pointing people in that direction. Hope that link helps you out, Luke. You know, we're all just here to help. Everybody, like, everybody in the chat, like, everybody who's in here, they're willing to help you. And they're all, like, I think all of them are at the level where they can instruct somebody. And I'm kind of excited about iRacing this coming streams. So my instruction is just like Ray said, more fast, less slow. Kind of like, you know, buy low, sell high. And gas means go and brake means slow. Oh, Dave, that's intimidating to jump on iRacing now. I'll probably struggle around it like myself. I like to explore it first, and then I'll you know, ask for help. Hey Logan, I think you have, I mean, you could shine light to Luke, right? I mean, you have seat time, whereas Luke is kind of like looking for organization here, right? So, all good. We still have to set up that Alliance Racing interview session, Dave. Just you know, let me know, Neil and DJ. I'm excited for Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. It's fun to experiment with the S-Tech guys because, you know, like, everybody's chill. And then, you know, I kind of want to make it more professional for you guys because I don't want to embarrass myself. Also, here's the Anthony. He's in the chat. He didn't time himself last time he was at the firm, but, you know, it was his first time at the firm. And I sat with him a couple laps, and Anthony was getting it. So with a couple, you know, like, words of advice, he was getting the line, he was getting the braking points, he was getting the turn-in points, and every lap he would, you know, listen to a new piece of advice I'd give him. And you know, I think, Anthony, if you were doing this as long as I'm doing it or other people are doing it, I think you'd be like a good driver. So there's my words of encouragement for you, Anthony. You know, like, keep coming out. Yeah, me too, Ray. I want to see how, after all this seat time, how I do at the firm now, right? Maybe I'll do the firm in Assetto Corsa. We'll see.
I don't have friends. I got family.
What's up, Anthony? There's a second Anthony, another Anthony. What's up, Kaylee? Thanks for joining the family. I know, Anthony, you've been trying to, like, set up a sim day, right? You're trying to get into sim racing too? Appreciate the subscribe. For some reason, I see the notifications up on the screen, but I don't see it in the history, so I don't know if you guys joined recently or a long time ago. Kaylee, did you and your wife have a good time on Saturday? It was cool hang out with you. Oh man, so Ray, you know, you said you improved your time 11 seconds. Now you're gonna improve your time by 11 seconds at the firm, right? All right, let's good chatting. Let's get in the game again. Let me see. Like, okay, so let's see what my goals are this couple laps. A more consistent 1 and 2, which, I mean, we're decent this last session. Let's maybe try sweeping 5 and still downshifting in the 3rd. So if I go off on 5 a lot, I mean, you know, we're experimenting here. We're learning. And then hopefully I could start getting faster speed out of 5, which would change how I do 6 and 7. So we'll see there, right? I mean, I know it's not all about speed and more about consistency, but you know, we'll see how we chain things together. I just want to do 1-2-3s consistently. I did only did 1-1-2-3, and I was off stream, which kind of pissed me off because the only reason why I was playing was because I was reviewing. I was doing a review on this, and I was recording it, but at the time I wasn't recording the 1-23 I did. So there's no evidence. Yeah, that's probably my all-time favorite wheel right now. Or well, I mean, I've only experienced a couple wheels. I don't know if you guys saw, but Fanatec released a new adapter, wheel adapter. Kind of dope. I like it. Version 2. Let me show it actually. Actually, what I was getting a lot of questions on what setup to buy, and I recommended the G29 again. You know, if you're dipping your, I didn't know the guy's budget at the beginning, so I was like, if you're only like trying to get into it, G29, to see if you're really interested, and then if not, then I mean I will recommend the Fanatec system. So it's go check real quick. There you go. So these are new. These CSL steering wheels. They have a new adapter. As this, oh, it's gone. Where'd it go? So here's their old adapter. One Club Sport Universal Hub V2. And did they take the other one down? I don't see where they have the hub by itself anymore. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. CSL Universal Hub V2. And it's pretty nice. I mean, it's not as adjustable as the other one, and it has the plastic quick disconnect, which is kind of eh. But yeah, that means this is the hub where you could put any wheel on it. So I was thinking, I bought one. Which version did I buy? I think I bought this one because like bundled, you only have to pay what, $50 more for the wheel, and then I'm using the hub and probably gonna put my Momo steering wheel in there, which is what I use on Lotus. So you could actually use a car steering wheel with the adapter if you guys didn't know what the adapter does. But the nice thing about that is you could set your car up or set your sim up just to be just like your car. So, you know, that's nice. And that's probably one of the bigger things to do, like once you're getting really into it and you're not trying to drive competitively online and you're trying to drive competitively in person, right? Like if your goal is to use the sim to improve your actual driving skill, then you want to set up your sim to be like your actual car setup. You know, use the same steering wheel, make sure your pedals are spaced properly, make sure your shifter is in the right spot. Right now, mine isn't, and I could tell because as soon as I got in my car on Saturday, I tried to shift and I went up here where my shifter is actually a little bit lower, and that's because my sim shifter is like a little higher. So yeah, that's kind of that mess up. I think that's also what's messing up my heel toe. My pedals aren't set up right, so I got to get that all squared away. You know, and I don't know, a couple streams ago, I reviewed the viewers' setups, and people were using actual car seats, right? Like Moni had like a Honda Civic driver seat, so either Honda Civic or Integra, I forget. But yeah, the Fanatec did come out with new stuff, which is cool. Yeah, plastic quick disconnect. Anthony, you're trying to switch out of the S2K? Just the motor, out of the F series into a different series motor, or completely off the S2K platform? Yeah, open track days. Yeah, Luke. So, uh, he says open track days are always so interesting. Yeah, beginners in like a 911 GTS and a guy who's been tracking forever pass him in an old hatchback. So there's actually video evidence of that. Yeah, I think it's Moni doing that. Of course, Moni. But yeah, open track days are fun because of that, right? Don't tell me, Jamie. I've been like, whenever I look at the doors on my Civic, I'm like, man, I could use these doors on the sim. Like, imagine having a door and then like another monitor outside the door, so it looks like when I'm driving, like the scenery is going by, and I have a camera on like my where my mirror is, and then you guys could actually see the scenery go by and the fake door. That'd be cool. Oh man, Anthony, so you're gonna go back into front wheel drive? Uh, I think I met you when you had the 9th gen, right? Yeah, I think using a whole car would be awesome as a sim. And I think that's, I mean, those are the people who want to go from translate their sim skill into real life. People who use like real car setups because they want to get, I mean, I guess it also helps with people who are competing, but like the meta of competing online is to use paddle shifters or maybe sequential and like a Formula One style steering wheel. And that's not what you have in your car, right? I mean, unless they're actually doing that in real life. So there's two, I guess, two different paths you could take. You could make your sim close to real life so that you could move that experience to real life, or you can make it so that you have better lap times online. And you know, there's two different ways. Or you can make it so that you could stream it and it looks really cool. So maybe I'll do that path. All right, if you're trying to send a link, I think the bot blocks links. Maybe send it in a Discord. Oh, there you're in the Discord now, and Anthony too. What's up, guys? But the thing about Discord, sometimes we do voice chat and live stream on the Discord. So if you guys are into Sims or get into Sims, we could do like a multiplayer stream. All right, so let's watch Ray and his video real quick. We started over. All right, hopefully I don't get a copyright strike. This is Road Atlanta. And it sounds so weird to me, the V6. I'm not expecting it, right? All right, so turn 12, down the straight, into turn 1. This is probably where we're gonna get, look, the Porsche, he broke really early. Like, Ray, you're just reeling him in. Yeah, hug the inside. Abuse the curb here, yeah. Straight through the S's. Straight line. Oh, let's see that track out. It's kind of like pulling you on the straight, but you're definitely catching up on a misshift, then you're still catching up to him. It's my favorite turn. Man, it's so weird hearing the low RPM, like is this an S2000? Is this like the sound coming from the right video? Yeah, Road Atlanta is my favorite, #1 favorite track. I mean, I haven't been to a lot, but the guy in the Porsche is like, man, this red car, what is that? Is that another Porsche? No, surprise, S2000. For a second there, I thought he went into pits. I agree, Anthony. We'll talk about that after this video. Oh man, look, okay. This is the part of the video where you gotta pay attention. The GT2? And the GT2 is even slowing down the Cayman. Alright, now's Ray's turn to bully this guy. Oh man, you have so much downforce. I don't need a brake like that. Okay. Ray, you can make the guy sell his car, okay? You need to stop that. Nice. Yeah, so Anthony's saying no hate for the SDK, but a bit more expensive to deal with as versus Civic. So the guys at the Blind Apex has a good episode on this. They're pretty much on the same page, saying the 8th gen and 9th gens are the meta for Honda Challenge. Well, I mean, not exactly, but I guess getting into Honda Challenge because the Ks are everywhere and the parts are more available, not just cheaper. And the S2000s, the pricing for the parts and mods and everything for S2000 is just going up because you have guys like the guys who are in our S2000 chat who collect all the Honda OEM parts. And they want to hold on to them just in case, they either need to sell it or change the part on the car. So you have all these people not hoarding, but they're holding on to all these parts, selling them for a higher price. The parts are harder to get, harder to find. And even the aftermarket parts are getting harder to get, harder to find. And I think it's just getting expensive overall, right? Keep maintaining S2000s. And I think Dave probably has something to say about that. But yeah, it's definitely getting an expensive platform to maintain. And that's why, like people are still definitely not as bad with like Miatas or any of the spec cars that you see out there. I mean, that's the reason why there's so many competitors in those spec cars, right? Because the parts aren't super inflated yet. Yeah, so Ray says the reason he went J with his S2000, which is that beautiful V6 sound that you're hearing through this video, the F-Series costs so much. And when I blew my motor on my S2000, the first time I was looking for a used F-Series, F22, and I was like, for a high mile F22, I was looking in the $3,000 to $4,000 range. And by the time I did get one, it was like the motor was trash anyway. Like it was still having there were metal shavings in the oil, and it's like, the heck, this was supposed to be like a 3K 4K motor. And yeah, so when that happened, I had all the headaches with my S2000, and yeah, that's why I jumped off the S2000 platform, because I'm cheap. I mean, I'm not saying like the S2000 platform was bad overall, it was just bad for me, right? And that's why I got into the 9th gen K series. Even though it's the crappy K series, it's still, I mean, I've kept the car, like tracked it for maybe like, I don't know how many days, but a lot in my opinion, and I barely have done anything to it other than the typical stuff like brakes, right? Brakes, tires, right? That kind of stuff. And now that I see, like, man, I think Saturday sealed the deal for me to one day own FK8, because like everyone was enjoying their FK8s Saturday. Like all the first timers that were out there. Like Carlos was his first time at Roebling. I don't know if it's like first time tracking, but he was having a blast. And I'm not saying like, you need more power and all that stuff, but the hatch part of it, like where you have a hatchback and just bring a bunch of stuff with you, that's a selling point for me. And you do have power, and you do have all the better suspension, brakes, like Type R stuff, right? And it all comes into one package. So I'm getting sold on the FK8. Even if it's stock. And hot hatches, yeah. That's another selling point for the FK8. That hatchback. So much storage. That's why I miss my CRZ. And I use that thing like a truck. Open the hatch, throw a whole bunch of stuff in there, good to go. Like I used to have, like when I used to do videos for car people, I used to have this like jib set up. I don't know if you know what a jib is, but it's like almost like a crane that lifts the camera up. Because back then we didn't have these 360 cameras, right? And I could fit the whole jib setup with weights, with my camera gear, everything. And you know, I'll be traveling for these video shoots, so my luggage, all that in my CRZ, and no problems. This is a hatchback. Yeah, Jamie, I think majority of the chat is probably like Japanese car enthusiast. You're outnumbered here, right? We just need so there's a couple like I think All American Racer. He just got into, well, no, not even him anymore. I think he's in a 4C now, so he's have S2000. All right, Jamie, you gotta have your car running. I want to see it. Yeah, the F22s. Now, so when I said 3,000 to 4,000, that was, I don't know, what year was that? 2017. Now I hear they're, yeah, like you said, $6,000 for a high mileage F22. Like, come on. I mean, yeah, sure. The car is like, they stopped making them, right? So it's not like K's for they're still making them. I got the baffled oil pan, Anthony, and it helped. I think that was the first reason. That was probably the reason why my car started to die. That was like the starting point. I didn't have a baffled oil pan. Was the reason why my first motor blew in a S2000. Yeah, so even with the, like Dave said, they don't do enough, but they help a little. And I think not having one definitely was a start of my car's demise. I mean, it was also turboed and all that stuff. So yeah, and you're a beast driving too. So I mean, maybe it was something else. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the oil pan, but I mean, that's what I figured because it oil starved, and then ever since then I saw oil shavings. Right, I'd be driving hard, and then the oil light would come on. I would check the oil level was fine. Maybe it was my oil pump. The oil pump was also fine when we did take it apart because we ended up reusing it. But yeah, I don't know what happened then. Maybe we just had two different experiences. Maybe my motor. Then again, my S2000 had like 160,000 miles on it, or maybe the motor was already hurt by the time I got it. By the time it fell in my hands, I just remember the oil light coming on and like, oh crap, and then I drove it home, and then checked everything. The oil looked okay, except for it had shavings in it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right, for sure, right. The Fs only came in S2000. No such thing as an F from like a van or SUV you could pull out of, right? On like a K where you have family, like an Accord that has a K. It's so funny. Like, so do you still know your previous owner, Dave? The previous owner of your car? The guy who kept it 1,000, 10,000% stock? And then have you shown him the car since? I can't imagine that being the guy who's like, yeah, I have this like everything is OEM. Every panel has the VIN number match, and every bolt is the original factory bolt. So, you know, like take care of her, hands you the keys, and then like a couple years later you're tracking it and there's like all kinds of stuff like done to it, and you know, there's like not even he used to have the paint like perfect, like it was protected, and now it's like, oh, what's all these rubber pieces on it? It's like, oh yeah, that's from Roebling. So Ian, you could actually figure that out by getting on the sim. FK8s are on like every sim. Just buy the FK8 and what? iRacing? Is there one in iRacing? Gran Turismo. Just get the FK8 in Gran Turismo and put like racing soft tires on it. That's what the FK8 will do on Hoosiers. And that needs to be a meme, Dave. Like we need to make it like a either a reel or a meme on that. Like, perfectly fine, you know, barely never abused, right? And the next scene is you like just cracking the heck out of it or hammering like, I don't know, the fender well because it's rubbing a little, right? Oh man, who did your valve cover, Anthony? Well, actually no. Maybe DM me. That way we don't have, you know, like create drama. I know like if you call someone out on stream, they're kind of that kind of sucks if there was sand in the after powder coating it. Maybe that's what did it. Oh yeah. Oh, that guy Geobaz. I love his stuff. Love his reels. If you guys don't follow Geobaz on Instagram, he has the funniest memes. Yeah, let me look at the Instagram chat. The Race FF Pod says he loves the FK8, drove one, and it's dope and easy to drive. Yeah. Uh, in Gran Turismo, I've never driven one in real life, other than I drove Ian's for a little bit, not on track. Uh, Funny for a car show because you know track cars also win car shows. But anyway, uh, yeah. So FK8 is easy to drive. I That's like my favorite car in Gran Turismo to drive in the rain. Right, whenever there's a rain challenge, and like it's like you could pick a car that you own. I always pick the FK8 because it's really good in the rain. Kaylee wants me to drive his car. I don't know. Like, I would have to buy insurance. If I wreck an FK8, that's like a house. That's like a house, right? Or half a house. I think my first house that I've owned is cheaper than an FK8. Maybe they're going down in price. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the FL5 makes the FK8 cheaper, or is it opposite? Are the prices for FK8 gone up because of the FL5? I don't know. I haven't looked because I'm too scared to look. And the out of all the FK8s I want the yellow, right? Limited edition. And not because it's limited edition, but because it's yellow. Maybe I'll just get a wrecked FK8 and paint it yellow. So let me make this reminder again. If you're on the Instagram and the quality's low, it's because I have to stream a stream. And go ahead and join us on the YouTube. It's gonna be like that until I get a stream key from Instagram. They won't let me do it like with my equipment. I have to use my phone, so that's why it's a low quality on the Instagram stream. And that's why you can't see your chat because it's not, you know, it's not one system. Wait, so I mean, I drove it on the street. Does that count, Ian? Yeah, Jamie, yellow is a curse color with Honda, but I don't care. You have to get white, right? I mean, for me, I like black. All my cars have been black. But you know, if we're gonna get a Type R, white's the way. Unless you're Ian. Or maybe me. I think I'm a black car guy. Yeah, thanks Ray for the video. That was pretty funny. All right, so let's get back into Assetto Corsa. Finally. I mean, like, I enjoy talking to you guys, so that's what makes these streams interesting, right? All right, Ray, I'll keep that in mind. I have official permission from Ray. Just steal off his channel and repost it and get more views. Oh, let me get start first before. There you go. All right, back to driving. What did I say the goals were? A smoother 1 and 2, and then try to sweep turn 5. Try that. I feel bad for the people who don't know Roebling, but if you do know Roebling, then you can follow along. Outlap here, you know, like slow entry into 1 and 2, but whatever. So I think session 3 outlap, I started in like second from the front. Ian was in the front, and he just left me in the dust. Like, he went 100% on his outlap, and I was just like, okay, I'm not seeing that car again. I wanted to hang out, but come on, this guy's like, okay, so I didn't do the sweeper. I did the diamond again. We'll do sweeper. Yeah, Ian left me. Thanks, Ian. I was trying to get video of your car. I'm the media guy. Alright, so there I got on the gas too early. Oh, the cam next to the wheel cam is frozen. Yeah, it is. Alright, let me fix that real quick. I thought I fixed that with the USB, changing a USB cable. Fixing it. Rushing into the wall. Okay, there. Fixed. Oh no, it's not fixed. The other camera's fixed. Alright, so you're gonna have to use the other camera for now until I figure that out. Maybe I'll just unplug the USB. I will worry about it later. At least you have one camera. Oh wait, on the Instagram is messed up. Dang it. There you go. Try that. I appreciate you letting me know. There you go. Now it's up. But now that I unplugged it, the lighting's all screwed up. This is why I'm trying to buy another Sony camera, because honestly these Elgato cameras, they're good, but they have these kind of issues, right? So let me fix the exposure. There you go. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, so I might buy Tim's Alpha. Selling it for a good price. It's a little overkill for the setup, the stream setup, but whatever. Ideally, a ZV-1 would be good. Or a A6000. Oh yeah, I forgot I was going in slow because I started up right up against the wall. Let's try to sweep 5 instead of diamond 5. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all staying like this late, hanging out, talking, right? It was a good time. All right, sweeper 5, sweeper 5. Let's do this. Okay, hugging the inside a little too much. The bar is green, but now I'm gonna go off. So I can't hug the inside too hard. I have to still go on the outside, and I think there is, you know, just me figuring out the sweeper line. I have to take it kind of like 6 and 7, like in the middle. Okay, next lap, let's do that again. You should do that, Jamie. I will definitely buy your ZV1 if you buy Tim's Alpha, and then we're all happy, right? I like my ZV1 for like vlogging. Like when I'm out on track, you'll see me with my ZV1, and the reason why I like the ZV1 is because it's easy to, you know, like you don't have to change lenses, any of that. It's just easy for vlogging. But the reason why I don't use the ZV1 for my stream is because I like to keep the settings and the, you know, like all the equipment that's on it the same. And if I keep switching it on and off between the stream and, you know, taking it out on track days, it's just gonna be inconsistent. Alright, there I was able to flat out 4 or 3 in the sim. I mean, I do it in real life because my car is slower in real life, I feel like. Alright, sweeper. Okay. I mean, like, we're in the green. That felt better, but I still gotta figure it out. I overflow there. That felt better, and the time says it's better, so... Alright, let's keep trying that next lap. We'll do the same thing. Oh, so Ian left me because he tried to do a PB on the outlap. Or I guess on the second lap. Oh no! Now we're losing time. We were ahead, but now we're losing time because I screwed up turn 9. That's all good. We're learning about turn 5 this session, right? That turn in, four-wheel drift, third. I wish I could do that in real life, like the four-wheel drift. That looks so fun, but I'm too scared. Alright. Keeper. Oh, too much on the inside. I might track out too much. Alright, so I lost too much speed trying to save it there. But we're learning, you know. Oh, another thing about like being competitive in sim racing is people like to do left foot braking, but you know, with the if you want to do that in real life, it's a little harder, I guess, because especially if you're driving a true manual. So yeah, that's another big difference, right? The meta is paddle shifters, left foot braking, which isn't the same, which isn't the goal for, you know, like me kind of learn how to do something in the sim and then translate it to real life. So there's a little bit of differences. So I might be slow in iRacing, right? If I'm trying to really like be competitive. But that's my excuse. You know, everyone has to make excuses, right? That was a good turn 1 and 2. Just keep it up to turn 3. Losing a lot of speed in 4. Let's do a sweeper here. A little too much on the inside. Low exit. Okay, let's go out a little bit. That was not ready for 6 and 7, but that was slower, right? Because of that. Oh no, we're gonna lose it. There you kind of have to no lift, right? Hashtag no lift. And don't turn into the wall, so don't bring it on too fast. Losing speed. Yeah, Ian is a bully. Like, I don't know if, so, who has met Ian? Like, if you haven't met Ian, then, like, it's kind of funny, because, like, Ian is probably one of the nicest guys you meet in person. Like, man, he's, like, funny, and just all around nice. And then you see his car behind you on track, and you're like, this, what? Like, Ian's car pulls up behind you, and then you hear boss music, you know, it's kind of like, Jesus. He'll bully you, like, he'll stick on your bumper until you either give him the point by or move out the way. And, like, he's not trying to, like, be mean, you know, he's just trying to, like, hey, like, I'm here, you know, point me by. I don't think he's trying to do it, like, maliciously, but I've seen him make, like, pressure people to the point where either they, like, make a mistake or they pit in, right? So, he is a bully. Yeah, so Reckless, that's Nick. He was in the right-hand drive Integra. He usually drives the Spoon TSX, but I think he was hanging out, you know, like driving other people's cars, and that was actually, I don't know if you follow him on, that's Popeye's car on Instagram, and I think it is, right? And yeah, I mean, that was Nick. The guy with the dreads. The guy who drove my car. Everyone was just driving each other's car this weekend. Like, if you saw my car or saw, like, oh crap, or other people's cars, like, there's a high chance it wasn't actually us. That's the cool about track days, you know, you just kind of, like, try different platforms out. I mean, you have to trust the person, right? But I've known these guys, you know, for a while. Actually, some of them I haven't known for a while, but you know, like, I guess it's different. Like, you don't know them for a while, time-based, but like hanging out and just personality-wise, you feel like you've known them forever, so then you trust them, right? Oh, you're gonna tag him in the in some videos? Oh yeah. My buddy has a right-hand drive car as well, and he went to Daytona, right? And nobody at Daytona, not to be like, you know, not judgy, but prejudice, but the guys at Daytona are all Corvette, you know, like, I would say, like, Mustangs, you know, high horsepower muscle cars, and it almost seems like they've never seen a right-hand drive car before, because nobody was like expecting a passenger to be pointing people by, right? And he has a right-hand drive Sylvia, I think, yeah. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, they called him out in the driver's meeting, actually. Like, couldn't have passengers, but I'm not a passenger. I'm the driver. I was doing 9 pretty decently this weekend too. Oh yeah, I do have engine damage, that's right. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's pit in. Yeah, it's like yellow. Not just got hurt, it's engine damage. My escape key is not working anymore. Oh, the bot says join the Discord. You fix my seating too. Oh, we're at it. Oh yeah, turn off damage. Yeah, I'll do that. That's a good idea. I need to figure that out. It's, I think, in content manager. I'll have to damage the engine again over revving over here. Couple more laps and then we'll talk about the next stream. I was making excuses for my missed heel toes during the weekend, and that's the whole drive-by-wire, but a lot of people have drive-by-wire and don't mess up their heel toes. It's notoriously bad for the 9th gen, that's why there's a pedal commander, but I just need to work on it in general. Oh, see there? Did I damage it again? I did. I mean, I know it hurt it, but is it actually yellow? I think it's yellow. That's all good. This is a chill stream, right? I gotta see this video, the fail point by. So in the menu and content manager, okay. Yeah, so heel towing was one of the skills I definitely need to work on. But I might just cheat and just get a auto blipper. I mean, why, right? I mean, just gain a couple milliseconds, right? And protect your engine. But yeah, seriously, but like the FK8 has auto blip, and that, I mean, that's another selling point, you know. The sport cars actually have sporty like features. Oh, the engine's damaged. I saw it. Okay, that's a first spin. Yeah, drive-by-wire, get an auto blipper. Yeah, I mean, so I bought an auto blipper for the Lotus, but apparently you can't install on a Lotus because the Lotus doesn't have a clutch pedal sensor. So there's no way for it to tell that you're pressing the clutch in and braking at the same time. So I have the unit, I just have to mod it so it fits on the Civic, or works on the Civic. But I just haven't had time. I mean, I could install my own switch for the clutch on the Lotus, but if I'm not gonna, like, if I'm actively tracking the Civic, and I'm gonna put on the Civic and then maybe move it. But I don't know why does Honda actually allow you to do a auto blip, like enable auto blip. I don't know why they, I mean, it's in the ECU, right? So don't they have like a subroutine or routine to make it like auto blip for you? That'd be nice. A bit horrible one and two. Yeah, so like, I mean, Porsche has the best, right? And FK8 and the GR Supra and all those GR guys. If they have auto blip, why can't my SI? I mean, it's a sport in the name, right? Why can't my SI have it too? What if I don't brake there like that? I mean, maybe it's because, like, okay, manuals are becoming more rare, right? Maybe people just aren't, I don't know. Like, they don't want to make it less driver control, even less, you know, like, features. They want a manual to be strictly manual. Yeah, the 370s have them stock. Like, my buddy Asher has a 370, and like hearing him downshift, I'm like, oh man, nice heel toe. He's like, oh no, that was me going to work, and the car did it on its own. The FK8. Yeah, what I just sell the Civic and buy an FK8 just because it has auto blip or auto rev matching. I did a diamond there again, but off my time. Oh, I gained like a little bit of time with the exit. Oh man, I'm losing time. That was a big slide in a 7. Oh no, so I'm gonna probably be on Facebook Marketplace looking for used FK8s. I damaged the motor again. I'm surprised my real engine hasn't blown. I jinx myself now, right? I mean, in real life, I, you know, like, a little bit more careful. That's not bad. I mean, my wife's car costs more than that, so like, hey, if she has an expensive car, I should have one too, right? Like, ignore the Lotus, because the Lotus was a special, like, I didn't buy that, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I didn't buy the Lotus with cash, you know. It's kind of like, I was one of those lucky guys who had Dogecoin. But for fun, right? I bought that car with crypto. But technically, my car is cheaper than my wife's. I have a Civic, right? Yeah, and I cut clutch that saves me, right? It's not a good thing, but I don't rely on that. And that entry into one was nice. Let's see if I can maintain it. I'm like half a second up. I think just talking to you guys makes me a better driver. Like, I don't need a... Oh no, okay, I jinxed it. I messed it up with turn 3. Oh, hugging on the inside. No, this is gonna be bad. I got too greedy. I ruined it. That was a good 1 and 2. So now my theoretical lap is gonna be nice because it knows I could do half a second better for turns 1 and 2. I can't imagine watching this on Instagram. Like, honestly, like, there's no game sound on Instagram. I probably sound really far away. So until I get that stream key, that's just how it's gonna be. Yeah, I appreciate everyone hopping on YouTube. Oh no, I missed the brake. Like my foot hit the gas instead of the brake. And yeah, at least I didn't spin. Oh, okay, now that was grinding. Alright. Wasn't that fun? I know the sessions have been short, but yeah. Yeah, the Corollas are like, you know, the new Type R's, right? The GR Corollas with the MSRP, like the dealer markups. That's with everything right now. It's kind of insane. It's like, when are we, the buyers, gonna take back over? You know, the sellers have a advantage, but it almost seems like no end in sight for the everything being on the buyer side. I think it's, you know, like, I think COVID kind of turned that table, and now a lot of companies are getting away with the, you know, like, dealer markups and the poor service and the shipping. I'm not saying, like, not trying to be political, but it's not, I'm not saying anything political. It's the habit of these companies. They, you know, they can take advantage of people who are like desperate to buy something and not willing to pay more because of, you know, like delays, right? Like, hey, you have it right now. I'll pay the markup because it's in stock. You know what I mean? And I think that came out of, you know, people being desperate, buying stuff during COVID, as in like things were out of stock, all the, you know, like distribution channels were messed up, and then people were like, you know what, I'll pay more for that, and then they did, and then now the sellers are kind of like, you know, people are willing to pay for it, so let's just keep letting that happen. And same thing for service. People were willing to say, you know, I'm okay waiting 6 months because you have it out of stock, and now companies are just used to making that excuse, you know, like back ordered 6 months, and people are just supposed to take it. Oh, so Ray, you have a, oh, you're, yeah, okay. I know who your dealer is. If you want to shout them out, you can, but okay, that's good to know. Next time I need a car. Yeah, and then the used market, right? The used market got affected. You know, people are, I mean, I guess sellers have the advantage because they're like, you know, we could raise these prices and still sell. But then kind of hurts the buyers, but I say the used market's getting better, but it's still horrible, right? It's like if the market was normal before all the supply issues were happening, the used market now is like, if the market was a 5 out of 10 back then, it dropped down to like a 0 out of 10, and it's better now because it's a 2 out of 10. You know, it's still not at the same like average 5 out of 10. Yeah, these are GR Corolla. I mean, it's smaller than the FK8, right? I mean, I think, yeah, obviously. I think the FK8 is still like meets everything I want. Back seats, 4 doors, hatchback, you know, like K, kind of K series. I mean, I told myself I wouldn't go turbo again after the S2000, but maybe what I should say from now on is don't go aftermarket turbo. Like, it's okay to get a car with a stock turbo. Yeah, I agree, Ray. I mean, so my Eclipse was turboed, and I said, I'm never turboing again. I'm buying a car that's turboed. You know, I was looking at STI, and then I got the S2000. It's like, okay, NA. And then I came across a really good price on a used turbo kit, and that's, you know, that's how the story unfolded. And it was a full race turbo kit, so it wasn't like, you know, a bad kit. I mean, the only issues I've had with it was, or heard about the full race kit, was the manifolds cracking, but I got those fixed. So I mean, I wouldn't completely blame the turbo on why the motor blew, but I mean, that's part of it. I take ownership in that it was my fault, you know? Like, that was partly my fault, why the motor blew. Yeah, those Hyundais, those ends. Like the Veloster was nice. And the Mazda Speed 3s, great turbo hatches, yeah. The original, Asher was in here, it's a, you know, like, no, only the original Mazdas, Mazda Speeds. Like, he hates Mazda now. He used to be such a Mazda guy. Elantra N at Sebring. Putting in work. Oh, there was a car in DE1 this past weekend. What was it? And I can't. He had like stock street tires, and every time I'd hear him drive by, I would always think, "Oh man, someone's about to spin out." But I'd look up, and it's just this guy just sliding around, like. Okay, so here's the story. The first time he came around turn 5, he was screeching. His tires were screeching so bad. The flag station guy halfway pulled out the yellow flag. Like it was like, I could see it from the sidelines. The guy pulled out the yellow flag. It was like halfway out. I could see the yellow color, and then he kept it on track. Like, I guess the guy thought he was gonna spin out because of his tires. He kept it on track and he put the yellow flag away. So it's kind of like, as the tire sound got louder, the more he pulled out the yellow flag, about to like wave it, and then he just slowly put it back away. That's pretty funny. What car was that? I don't know if anyone was watching D1 guys, but it was like some kind of I'd say like a 2-door. It was champagne color, so it looked like it wasn't an Altima, but you know, most Altimas that are champagne color are those, you know, like crazy drivers. But 2-door champagne color stock street tires that were like bald. But what car was it, man? I don't know. Yeah, he was like he was pulling the flag. This is like real quality, like real comedy. REEL. Like I'm gonna make a reel about it. Like, as he came around the corner, the flag station guy, like, was unsheathing the yellow flag, and then he kept it on track, you know, like maybe a wheel off, and then he just put it away. Like, as the tire sound got louder. And you kind of do need all-wheel drive in Florida, right? The torrential rain at 4 o'clock. It's like from completely dry to like crazy wet, where it makes all the oils get to the surface. Yeah, I remember having to drive home on a motorcycle in that kind of weather. The oil is not fun. I mean, like, yeah, maybe you might not need all-wheel drive all the time, but it's just those rainy days. Well, anyway, I'm excited for Wednesday's stream. We're gonna do interview the S-Tech guys. I guess like we could do a Q&A format. Keep sending your questions on Instagram, even if you just DM me, send them in a Discord. Do, you know, however way you want to send me the questions, send them to me. But we'll interview the guys. I think Nick is probably on his way back to work, so he probably might be on the road. But it's all good. We could still chat and talk. Maybe we'll do live streaming, multiplayer stream. Maybe one of the S-Tech guys could get on and we'll just stream his content or his lap times. Probably not Roebling. we're like week 2 or 3 of Roebling, and it's kind of getting, for me at least, burned out. Right, I'm tired of seeing the grass on turn 5 and the dirt after turn 5 and crashing into the trees after turn 2. I'm tired of seeing that. So yeah, maybe we'll mix it up, do iRacing like the Alliance guys were talking about. We'll see. We'll mix it up. VIR is coming up, so I mean that's probably what we're going to be practice. I know there's a firm day before VIR, so maybe we'll do the firm. No, Assetto Corsa. Who would actually want to see that? I know a lot of guys in the chat right now have done firm. I know Anthony, you guys are all firm guys, right? So we'll review the firm track. I know it's a little bit different, and it's we could see where the bugs are. I'm glad the guy did it, but there are some issues, so we'll talk about that and we'll experience it. I haven't driven the firm yet on, like, other than a couple test laps to make sure that my mod worked, right? You had an oh no. Oh yeah, yeah, that was you, Ray, right? Like, you almost did a me. And by didn't me, I mean hit the firewall. Weekend on turn 5. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. It's a man. We were laughing so hard. He was like, every time he came by turn 5, the flag guy was watching that guy, that car with the street tires, like barely making it on track. He was like about to pull out the yellow flag. Like, I wish I'm gonna make a reel just so that you guys could experience it too. It was so funny. It was like, oh, he's about to, like spin out, and then you could see the yellow flag. The cars behind were probably gonna slowing down because they could see him about to pull the yellow flag out. Kept it on track. Kept going. I bet you his tires, with the street tires, were so hard. I bet you his tires at the end of the weekend still looked the same. I bet you like there was no tread loss. Cause they were loud. I mean, like, it looked like, I don't know. It was just funny. I mean, that's nice. That's good, right? I'm not saying that was a bad thing. It just means this guy's getting seat time in his like stock car. Yeah. Ray was just, keeping the guy on his toes. Your sessions did good though, right? I mean, I don't think there were any many issues offs with you any other sessions other than like, I know DE2 we lost a guy hitting the berm, like lost a guy as in like his car was down for the rest of the weekend, not passed away, but overall it was a decent weekend other than like maybe like a Thunder Racer, the pig livery Thunder Racer guy blew his motor or went off, but I know he had to get towed off. But yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. I've heard Moni probably lost a clutch, right? Lost his clutch. That kind of sucks, but I think he was maybe expecting that soon. What I should have done was left my car there so that he could drive it. But it's all good. Oh, I did not see that Shelby SM. Is it Spec Miata SM? No, Adam. Don't say it. Yeah, see, the layout on Instagram is even horrible because, like, the gameplay is covered by the chat. So come on. They're like, just join us on YouTube. Forget Instagram Live. Yeah, I should have stayed for Sunday. Like, now that I think about it, I'm kind of glad I didn't stay for Sunday because, like, I think you guys knew, some of you guys knew that I was on call, and I did get called in on Sunday, so I'm glad I wasn't, trying to figure stuff up on the phone, remote, right? At Sebring, or Roebling. Imagine trying to, like, take a on-call call, and then you're like, oh yeah, I could help out, and then you hear race cars in the background. Like, what are you doing? Are you at home? Sure. But I mean, yeah, that's one thing. Another thing was I had some personal things I need to take care of, and I'm glad I did them and got them done on Sunday. So, I mean, as nice as it would have been to be at Roebling, like, like, some things outweighed me staying on Sunday. It sucks though, because I got, I missed hanging out with you guys, and I only see a couple of you guys like maybe a couple times a year. Like, not everyone is in Jacksonville. I have friends from Texas, friends from South Florida, right? And even the Jacksonville guys I don't see all the time. So yeah, it's always good time seeing everybody. So I'm not saying that, I'm glad I missed Sunday. Like, it sucks that I missed Sunday and I missed hanging out with you guys, but yeah, like the stuff that I needed to take Sunday off for actually happened, like me getting called, and it worked out, right? Like, I had some personal things I needed to take care of, and I took care of them, so. Oh, so that's what you guys were talking about, the Shelby Spec Miata? Man, yeah, that sucks. I didn't know about that. I forgot about that. Was that Sunday? So I just bust my laptop out in the middle of a session, right, and start working. I mean, people will just think I'm driving a Honda Civic with a laptop. You know, that's gonna maybe help my lap times. Oh yeah, so share the crash video in the Discord. I mean, like, you know, it's kind of bad watching like crashes as entertainment, but you could also learn something from a crash, right? So I'm thankful that the guy posted it. Green Coupe in DE3. Locked up, like, no brakes? Oh, I heard the Discord alert. Which, if anyone's not part of that yet. Thanks, bot. There was something else that happened. Oh man, I forgot. I totally blanked. Yeah, let's see what, am I allowed to play it? I don't have the guy's permission, and it's not Ray. Maybe I'll hold off. I'll post it another time. Or I'll, stream it another time. I'll watch it, for sure, after the video. Or after the stream. But what's the word of advice, Dave? What can we learn from his video? That's true. Okay, YOLO, let's just do it. Alright, opening up the Discord. Alright, it's 2 minutes. It happens on turn 5, or it happens turn 7. Oh, we'll just watch it. Now I definitely get a strike, right? Because I'm watching the whole thing. Alright, I'll shut up so we can see what happens. Oh man, that's bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Dave, before you say anything, I want to try to see if I could guess what he did wrong. Yeah, like you said, look ahead, right? But I think as the guy spun out, he was aiming for, let's see. Yeah. I mean, sure, he popped out behind his other Miata. He didn't see it. I mean, he saw the smoke or the dust, so he should have known something was coming up. I mean, okay. If this guy watches this video and, you know, like, thinks I'm being too critical, I'm sorry, but you know, I'm trying to learn from this video, right? I'm not trying to like say that he's a bad driver, but all right. So there's dust, right? So maybe that's a clue. I'm not saying that he didn't see that. He's alert, right? But here, maybe this guy, maybe could have done both feet in better, but the driver, yeah. Maybe he's aiming towards where he came from, right? So maybe he should have stayed on the left side. But yeah, I mean, these kind of things are hard to judge. Things are happening split second, right? I'm over here pausing the video where this guy, you know, he doesn't have that luxury, right? So maybe that's something that could have been done better, but I don't know. What were you gonna say, Dave? Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's completely wrong. Yeah, that's true, Ray. I don't know why I got that warning then. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's something else. Maybe I think it was just me playing a YouTube video. Maybe I don't know. All the music I use for this channel are bought, like the licenses I paid for. So I don't know why I got a warning. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, that's true. The camera's also not. It's in the middle of his car, right? So we could see more than he could see. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so Dave, yeah, that sounds right. There's a dust, so there's a clue. And then the cars slow down. So he took it as a chance to pass, but you know, if there's dust, maybe there's a sign there's a yellow, so you shouldn't pass anyway. But you know, it's all happening so soon, so the yellow wasn't out. Maybe instead of, maybe he could have found. I don't know. I'm not at that level yet, of course, right? So I can't say much, but yeah, it looks like there's a couple lessons you can learn from it. Maybe they'll, you know, show that video in the next DE 1-2 class because they'd like to show some of those videos for learning, right? Which, you know, is a good opportunity to learn from. You know, unfortunate that it happened, but glad he's okay. And anyone who's new, I know Luke was in the chat earlier. Anyone who's new to track, don't don't let that a video like that, you know, make you not go to DU1 your first track day, because it's definitely not like that. These are wheel to wheel racers, right? So if you see something like that, they're fully caged, they're safe. Um, it's, you know, wheel to wheel, bumper to bumper, you know, like trading paint. Like it's not like that for DE1. So if you're on the fence about your first track day, don't let that video scare you. Man, was that? I mean, I don't know if anyone answered that Sunday because I missed it. Well, Saturday, then I was just oblivious, which is, you know, bad on my part. Saturday morning, oh man, okay, so I was not paying attention somehow. I saw Kaylee earlier. Was he still at work? Adam, are you still at work? I just, you know, work just crossed my mind. I was like, man, it's sad I have to go back to work. How's everyone's Labor Day weekend? You're not supposed to admit you're at work. You have to say you're on break. But yeah, see, I mean, like, you know, thanks guys, I appreciate it. You know, you guys are like Kaylee's on too, and he's at work. I mean, he's on break. Maybe we were in class. Maybe that's why we didn't hear about the wreck. Because I know, like, after class, all the times got pushed back. So maybe they were, you know, cleaning up the wreck. Oh man, that makes me that puts a lot, like, I'm happy that you guys are, you know, tuning in when you're busy, but it makes me feel nervous. Like I need to provide these guys with value. Oh yeah. Oh man, Ray. Yeah, I guess everybody who went this weekend, I bet you everyone's feeling the same way I'm feeling, except for 2 times worse. I'm feeling really sore because man, that sun was beating it down, and it was a rough weekend physically, right? So, you know, you guys get some rest, your bodies heal, you know, all the good stuff. And Ray, I mean, you're sick too. It's not good. You lost your voice. That's right. Kaylee, give me some of those meds. Yeah. Yeah, so Sunday was hotter. Okay, now I'm even more glad I didn't go Sunday. Like, I'll see you guys like online. I don't need to be out there in the heat, right? I'll see you on the sim. I'll see you on the stream. Oh, really? So you only did one session on Sunday? And that's rough. You Ian, you're not working. Man, Ray, so you only did one session on Sunday? So I thought you were there the whole weekend. But yeah, it's kind of like you had one more session than just going Saturday. Man, I mean, you must have felt really bad then. That's good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, get some rest. Yeah, all you guys are working too hard. Just just start a YouTube channel and get 10 million subscribers and retire. I wish, right? That's the dream. But no, I mean, I do this as a passion project, right? It's kind of fun, and that's why I'm doing it on YouTube instead of Twitch, I guess. Because I know all you guys have YouTube channels because you guys post all your track videos on YouTube versus Twitch, which is all gamers. I'm sure like I get more exposure on Twitch, but like I'd rather hang out with the community on YouTube. All right, Ray, get those are rookie numbers. We gotta get those up. Here, I'll subscribe to you with my ghost channels. Yeah, I have channels that like just to check on my stream. I'll make sure I subscribe to you with all those channels. Maybe you'll go from 60 to 61. Yeah, I agree, Ray. That's what it's all about, the community. And that's why hopefully, the Discord gets bigger. It's like that's probably the main place to chat. Like group chats on Instagram kind of get lost, like you have so many different group chats. Oh yeah, Dave, you have a busy like championship coming, right? Or race, so yeah, get some rest too. I think that also for me, I think I'm gonna get some rest as well. So I appreciate everybody watching, hopping on, and I mean, just because I'm getting off doesn't mean you guys could stop chatting. Just keep, you could chat in the chat or on the Discord or wherever, right? So I appreciate everybody watching. I didn't set I think I did set another PB today. No, I didn't. I didn't. In Assetto Corsa, but I mean, it was better to just hang out and chat. Like break down the weekend and decompress. Yeah, it was a great stream. Thanks guys for watching, and like you guys are on Instagram still. I think there's a couple of viewers still on Instagram. Hopefully I get my stream key and the stream's a little bit higher quality. But until then, just hop on YouTube. Yeah, I was out like a rock too, Adam. I mean, after Saturday. I know I didn't do Sunday, but well, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, peace.